before I get into my update. Want to just talk about the ingredient of fear. Fear is one of those things that, we probably learned as a child. I think my first recollection of fear is probably something happened in our childhood. And so fear is an ingredient, you know, uh, can have a powerful effect on you. And as I say in a description, it can mix itself into your life and it can ruin the recipe. My experience is there's two type of fears. There is, I'm going to say, a healthy fear. Uh, you should have a fear of gravity, right? You don't want to just walk off a tall building. You wouldn't want to just get out of your vehicle and stand in the middle of traffic. There should be a healthy fear of the divine, right? Something you don't really understand, and yet you benefit from it every day. So there is a healthy fear that I think protects you, guards you, right? There are spiritual references to fear and how that helps your life. But then there are cultural fears, right? I just, recently left a meeting, and so they were sharing new policy about, don't do this, don't do that. And you could hear behind the policy a little bit of fear, a veiled threat that if you do this, then there is potentially some disciplinary action that could occur. And so I jumped in and said, well, if you've done this, then just admit it, be transparent about it. Don't be fearful. Let it be known. We'll fix it. We'll move on. But too many companies, too many leaders, because of their own insecurities, use fear backed by policies and procedures to keep people under control, right? There are two types of laws that we have in our countries, wherever you're watching. One law is to protect. The other law is to control, right? So I want the law that says look both ways before crossing the street, the pedestrian thing that guides you across the street and protects you while you're in the crosswalk. Okay, it's a good law. But there are the laws that are bad laws, bad policy laws that favor different groups or protects one group over the other in order to gain political favor and power, right? You don't pay your taxes, going to jail, right? Yet millions of people don't pay taxes. But the people that do come under the fear of the law that if you don't file and pay your taxes by April 15th, man, the IRS could come and take all of your money. That really is kind of a fearful law. And so I'm a person that don't like to live in fear. I don't like to cook in fear, right? If we're talking about food recipes, the last thing you want to do is be thinking about burning your meal, right? If you're cooking with the fear of, I don't want to burn this, especially special sauces, butter. Butter is so easy to burn, right? Garlic, you can burn it. So I don't want to start cooking a meal with the fear that I'm going to burn it. I want to start cooking and preparing my meal with the confidence it's going to come out well. We shouldn't leave our homes fearing we might get hit by a bus or fearing something bad might happen. We might get mugged. That's not a healthy fear. That's a toxic kind of fear. And that fear will affect your decision making. It will affect who you're around. It'll affect what you do. Man, I want that out of my recipe. I don't want that kind of fear. We have a lot of fear going on as a result of the pandemic, as a result of COVID and things that have happened. And some people are still afraid to leave their home because they're in the risky category. And so fear starts to grip them. And all of a sudden now, not making wise decisions. It's not a healthy fear. It's an unhealthy fear. So the Wikipedia version says that fear is an emotion induced by perceived danger or threat, which causes physiological changes and ultimately behavior changes and so forth. So the challenge today is just to think about how fear may be impacting your life, what kind of fear is in your recipe, and then how do you get that fear out and make your life stronger and healthier and more confident. Hey, it's your daily inspiration minute brought to you by Lewis Howard Live. We'll see you soon on another conversation.